Muhammad Ali was an American professional boxer and activist. Nicknamed the greatest of all time, he is regarded as one of the most significant sports figures of the 20th century and is often regarded as the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time. Born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky, during the era of racial segregation, a descendant of slaves of the antebellum South, he could rise to become a prominent figure in the civil rights and anti-war movements by famously refusing to be drafted into the Vietnam War, citing religious reasons and opposition to the war. This decision led to him being stripped of his boxing titles and barred from fighting for several years. He spoke out against racial inequality and injustice, using his platform as a world-renowned athlete to advocate for social change. His activism and outspokenness inspired many and cemented his legacy as not only a great boxer but also a courageous and influential advocate for justice and equality. He was an icon for the larger counterculture of the 1960s generation and a high-profile figure of racial pride for African Americans during the civil rights movement and throughout his career. He began training as an amateur boxer at age 12. At 18, he won a gold medal in the light heavyweight division at the 1960 Summer Olympics and turned professional later that year. He won the World Heavyweight Championship, defeating Sonny Liston in a major upset at age 22. Between his feats as an athlete and as a humanitarian, Muhammad Ali may be one of the most decorated individuals of all time. His unparalleled athletic feats and humanitarian deeds earned him accolades and honors around the world. He held the Ring magazine heavyweight title from 1964 to 1970. He was the undisputed champion from 1974 to 1978 and the WBA and Ring heavyweight champion from 1978 to 1979. In 1999, he was named Sportsman of the Century by Sports Illustrated and the Sports Personality of the Century by the BBC. Ali was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for his contributions to the entertainment industry. His other awards include Martin Luther King Jr. National Holiday Lifetime Achievement Award, World Boxing Hall of Fame Induction Award, Parkinson's Disease Foundation Award, the Greatest Award, Presidential Citizens Medal, and World's Greatest Award, among others. By 1978, Ali's total fight purse earnings were estimated to be nearly $60 million, including an estimated $47.45 million grossed between 1970 and 1978. By 1980, his total fight purse earnings were estimated to be up to $70 million. He earned $5.45 million fighting George Foreman in 1974. That's the same as $26 million today and $7.9 million for fighting Larry Holmes in 1980, approximately $22 million today. In 2006, Ali sold his name and image for $50 million, after which Forbes estimated his net worth to be $55 million in 2006. Following his death in 2016, his fortune was estimated to be between $50 million and $80 million. Early life. Ali born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. on January 17, 1942 to Cassius Marcellus Clay Sr., a sign and billboard painter, and Odessa O'Grady Clay, a domestic helper. He was predominantly of African descent with Irish and English family heritage. Although his was a Methodist, he allowed Odessa to bring up both Ali and his younger brother, Rudolph Clay, as Baptists. He attended Central High School in Louisville. He was dyslexic, which led to difficulties in reading and writing at school and for much of his life. He grew up amid racial segregation. His mother recalled one occasion when he was denied a drink of water at a store. They wouldn't give him one because of his color. That really affected him. He was also strongly affected by the 1955 murder of Emmett Till. He converted to Islam after 1961 and denounced his birth name as a slave name and formally changed his name to Muhammad Ali. As a Muslim, Ali was initially affiliated with Elijah Muhammad's Nation of Islam. He later disavowed it, adhering to Sunni Islam. Personal life. Ali was married 4 times and had 7 daughters and 2 sons. He first married Sanji Roy, a cocktail waitress, in 1964. They quarreled over Sanji's refusal to join the Nation of Islam. They divorced in 1966. August 1967, Ali married Belinda Boyd. Born into a Chicago family that had converted to the Nation of Islam, she later changed her name to Khalila Ali. They had 4 children, Author and rapper Mariam May, born 1968, twins Jamila and Rashida, born 1970, and Muhammad Ali Jr., born 1972. At age 32 in 1974, Ali began an extramarital relationship with 16-year-old Wanda Bolton, who subsequently changed her name to Aisha Ali, with whom he fathered another daughter, Kalia, born June 1974. While still married to Belinda, Ali married Aisha a year later in an Islamic ceremony that was not legally recognized. He had another daughter, Mia, born 1972, from an extramarital relationship with Patricia Harvell. By the summer of 1977, his second marriage ended due to Ali's repeated infidelity, and he had married actress and model Veronica Portia. At the time of their marriage, they had a daughter, Hannah, and Veronica was pregnant with their second child. Their second daughter, Layla Ali, was born in December 1977 and went on to become a professional boxer. By 1986, Ali and Portia were divorced due to Ali's continuous infidelity. On November 19, 1986, Ali married Yolanda Lonnie Williams. Lonnie first met Ali at the age of 6 when her family moved to Louisville in 1963. In 1982, she became Ali's primary caregiver, and in return, he paid for her to attend graduate school at UCLA. Together they adopted a son, Asad Amin, when Asad was 5 months old. In 1984, Ali was diagnosed with Parkinson's syndrome, which sometimes results from head trauma from violent physical activities such as boxing. Ali still remained active during this time, later participating as a guest referee at WrestleMania. Ali's Parkinson's syndrome led to a gradual decline in his health. In 1998, Ali began working with actor Michael J. Fox to raise awareness and fund research for a cure. They made a joint appearance before Congress to push the case in 2002. In 2000, Ali worked with the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's research to raise awareness and encourage donations for research. Ali was hospitalized in Scottsdale, Arizona on June 2, 2016 with a respiratory illness. Though his condition was initially described as fair, it worsened and he died the following day at the age of 74 from septic shock. Ali's funeral had been pre-planned by himself and others for several years prior to his actual death. The services began in Louisville on June 9 with an Islamic janazah. The janazah prayer was attended by Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. On June 10, the funeral procession passed through the streets of Louisville, ending at Cave Hill Cemetery, where his body was interred during a private ceremony. A public memorial service for Ali at downtown Louisville's KFC Center was held during the afternoon of June 10. Billy Crystal, his wife Lonnie Ali, sports journalist Bryant Gumbel, and former President Bill Clinton all gave the eulogies. The pallbearers included Will Smith, Lennox Lewis, and Mike Tyson, with honorary pallbearers including George Chuvalo, Larry Holmes, and George Foreman. Ali's memorial was watched by an estimated 1 billion viewers worldwide. Professional career. Ali was first directed toward boxing by Louisville police officer and boxing coach Joe E. Martin, who encountered the 12-year-old fuming over a thief's having taken his bicycle. He told the officer he was going to whoop the thief. The officer told him he had better learn how to box first. Initially, Ali did not take up Martin's offer, but after seeing amateur boxers on a local television boxing program called Tomorrow's Champions, he was interested in the prospect of fighting. He then began to work with trainer Fred Stoner, whom he credits with giving him the real training, eventually molding my style, my stamina, and my system. His amateur record was 100 wins with 5 losses. Ali made his professional debut on October 29, 1960, winning a 6-round decision over Tony Hunsaker. He defeated boxers including Tony Esperti, Jim Robinson, Donnie Fleeman, Alonzo Johnson, George Logan, Willie Besmanoff, Lamar Clark, Doug Jones, and Henry Cooper. He also beat his former trainer and veteran boxer Archie Moore in a 1962 match. These early fights were not without trials. Ali was knocked down by both Sonny Banks and Cooper. He fought in several historic boxing matches, including his highly publicized fights with Sonny Liston, Joe Frazier, and his fight with George Foreman in the Rumble in the Jungle. Ali thrived in the spotlight at a time when many boxers let their managers do the talking, and he became renowned for his provocative and outlandish persona. He was famous for trash talking, often freestyled with rhyme schemes and spoken word poetry. He has been recognized as a pioneer in hip-hop. He often predicted in which round he would knock out his opponent. Outside boxing, Ali attained success as a spoken word artist, releasing 2 studio albums, I Am the Greatest and The Adventures of Ali and His Gang vs. Mr. Tooth Decay. Both albums received Grammy Award nominations. He also featured as an actor and writer, releasing 2 autobiographies. Ali retired from boxing in 1981 and focused on religion, philanthropy, and activism. In 1984, he made public his diagnosis of Parkinson's syndrome, which some reports attributed to boxing-related injuries, though he and his specialist physicians disputed this. He remained an active public figure globally, but in his later years made fewer public appearances as his condition worsened and he was cared for by his family. Ali was known for being a humanitarian and philanthropist. He focused on practicing his Islamic duty of charity and good deeds, donating millions to charity organizations and disadvantaged people of all religious backgrounds. It is estimated that Ali helped to feed more than 22 million people afflicted by hunger across the world. Early in his career, one of his main focuses was youth education. He spoke at several historically black colleges and universities about the importance of education and became the largest single black donor to the United Negro College Fund. Muhammad Ali's charisma and unwavering conviction drew the attention of influential political figures. He met and engaged with 7 United States presidents: Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Donald Trump, and Barack Obama. Ali's interactions with leaders like Kofi Annan, Nelson Mandela, Leonid Brezhnev, Deng Xiaoping, and as part of brokering a prisoner release, Saddam Hussein were a showcase of his diplomatic prowess and commitment to fostering international relations. He aligned himself with civil rights leaders, challenging racial inequality and inspiring generations. His involvement in the civil rights movement, anti-war movement, and humanitarian causes cemented his position as a symbol of social change. Ali's friendship with civil rights leaders like Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr., Jim Brown, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar underscored his influential presence within the civil rights movement. His famous catchphrase, "float like a butterfly, sting like a bee," became a symbol of his agility and strength. May he rest in peace. Thank you for watching. Click on the bell notification, like, share, and subscribe for more content.